Right, today we're gonna go into a angle clearing guide, as requested on my YouTube and a few other people. This is a actually really common mistake that a lot of lower ranked players make, and it's something that once you understand how to do it, it'll become much more intuitive and much easier to start doing. And let's start with Garage here on Haven. So a lot of people have problems attacking Garage on Haven, and it's actually kind of one of the easier places to take. So if you really think about Garage, there are a few spots that like super common that people play. One is up on this spot, watching here, or like in this corner. So this is one of the spots. Another one would be over here, watching this. Now both of these spots are deleted with one smoke. So essentially you don't have to worry about those two spots ever, as you can just clear it with one smoke. Now the next spot would be right in front of you, which you can clear. This spot is also another spot. Now this spot's really easy to clear, as you just shoot to the left of the what's it called? To the left of the whatever the shit this, like the corner, the edge of the box. And you just spam that a little bit, and if nobody dies, then they're not there. Now, the next angle is this corner angle, and this is the scariest one, but there are a few ways you can do it. So if you have this smoked, so essentially your main goal here is to just walk in, break that, and then what you want to do is you need to go and AD clear. Okay, so there are actually two types of angles that you're going to be peeking. Three types. One is close angle. So this is a close angle, and a close angle is an angle that is closer to you than the enemy is to the angle. And this means that the enemy is going to see you before you see them. So if somebody's playing here and you're walking in Garage, they're going to see you before you see them because you're closer to the angle, and that's how angle advantage works. So when you're clearing angles in Garage, if you don't have a smoke here, you need to be going as slow as you can. This is how a normal lower ranked player would peak, right? But this is how a top ranked player would peak this. So I don't know if you noticed the differences there, but one was much slower and much more concise, clearing everything as I get there. And then the other one is just walking in and exposing themselves to every single angle possible. For clearing A site, like if you come into short, every single time I do this, you always want to be peeking from the far angle. Remember, the farther you are away from the angle that they might be in, so say somebody's here watching right here, the farther you are from this angle, now this is the peeking angle. So if somebody's playing here, you come around this angle, and you want to be on the farthest side away from them as possible so that you see them before they see you. Now, vice versa with defense. If you're playing this angle, you don't want to be sitting on it. You want to be playing as far back as possible so you have an even advantage with the enemy. So when I'm clearing angles, a lot of the times, if I think about somebody being there. So this is a big problem with lower ranked players too, is they don't really expect. They have like bad expectations of where the enemies may or may not be. And this will come with like experience and time and watching streamers and pro players and stuff like that. Like when you play the game for the first time, you can run down here, somebody could be here, somebody could be anywhere, and they'll kill you, and you'll be like, oh shit, I didn't know somebody could hide there. And then in the future, you'll be like, oh shit, somebody might be hiding here, somebody might be hiding here, here. And essentially, you want to keep tapping AD as much as you can, as it keeps your hitbox moving, and it still allows you to get information on corners, as well as allowing you to accurately shoot as you're like actively counter strafing. And if you don't know how to counter strafe, please go to my counter strafe video. It's good. So essentially, as you're peeking angles, you really always just want to be counter strafing and just clearing everything that they could possibly be on, right? And you just want to slowly work out angles and just be ready for the enemies to be there. And once you've cleared every single angle, and then there's like only this close one, you wide swing it, right? When there's only one angle left, you can wide swing. And then you can shift walk up to the next angle, which would be here. And then just do this slowly. And you can, once you get up to here, you know you can't clear this angle anymore and you're exposed to sight. So you back up, you go to this side, and you clear here, clear heaven. You clear this corner here, you clear CT. Oh, well, once you get to this point and you have to clear CT, you either have to throw a smoke here and then clear this side and then walk out, or hope that nobody's here or have somebody peek it as you're peeking out. So like, essentially you want a teammate here as you're right on this side peeking CT, and you both peek at the same time. So this is pretty much all you're going to do clearing angles, whether it's retaking, whether it's post plant, whether it's literally any day. Like if you think that there is somebody taking a site and they're like on like ramp, you want to be taking first off as far away as you can, and you want to just slowly peek out. Like you don't need to shift walk out in wide swing, but just barely peek out, clearing every single angle possible. And that will greatly improve your 1v1 potential, because essentially all this game is taking as many 1v1s in favorable gunfights as possible. And it really all boils down to how much you show of your hitbox and player model versus how much the enemy can see you and how many of the enemies can see you. For another example, let's go to C site here. If you were like retaking C site, you would essentially want to start here. Now somebody can be behind this box, but that's fine because we can't see them now. You start slowly clearing out. Now somebody's here, so you preempt that angle. Peek there, somebody could be logs, peek there. It's all about visualizing where the enemies can be, putting your crosshair in the spot where they could be, and then slowly working out and not exposing your body until you're ready to shoot. And that's essentially just all you have to learn for clearing angles and getting kills on enemies that you expect to be there. And it's all about your expectations. Like if you don't visualize and you don't think about where the enemy is, and you don't have an expectation of an enemy being there, then you're likely gonna die if there is somebody there. So just think about that as you are playing and clearing angles. I never want to see you guys peek an angle like this unless it's a 1v1 and you have an op and you're wide swinging or something like that, or your jet. But really, you just never want to wide swing an angle. Like every single angle you peek, even if it's like long here, you just slowly peek it. And do not shift walk peek it. You want to AD as much as you like. I'm not holding shift right now, and I'm not making noise because you have like a little bit of movement that you can make without like holding shift without making noise. So you should probably get into a custom game and practice this, as it'll really help your gameplay out. And that's probably all I have for angle clearing. Yeah.